So this morning we're taking off on a rather interesting tour today. When I say interesting, if you're in Rome, it's not that interesting because everyone does this tour, but we are going to the smallest country in the world. We're going to Vatican City.
And country number 10.
Country number 10, that's right, a new country. These walls right there, that's the difference between Vatican City and us. We're gonna get a grappling hook and a bow and arrow. We're gonna do a whole Hunger Games and climb over this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Ciao. So we're on one of those skip the line tours, and apparently there's a line to get into to skip the line. So this line has got like about 50 to 100 people. I can't imagine how big the other line is.
Oh, I'm sure it's crazy.
But we're skipping.
I gotta check.
I want to skip this line. And let's go. Can I get skip the line? Let's skip the line tour. We're in Rome. We're still in Rome, and when in Rome, we do Roman things.
You always make fun of me for saying that. I was wondering if you were going to say it or I would say it.
I know.
We're cheesy like that.
We're kind of cheesy, but today in Rome, we're going to do our when in Rome, when we're in Rome, how we do Rome type stuff. We're going to be tourists for a little while. We're going to go see our 10th country. We're super excited about that. And we're also going to see a whole bunch of other things like the Colosseum. Avalon was so ready to go see the Colosseum.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I know. So this is our antics of what we did in Rome. So we hope you like it. So right now we're here just waiting for the actual doors to open to the museum. We're going to walk in straight to the Sistine Chapel. We're going to check it out. What we're getting right now is the overall narration. She's talking right now, giving us the entire discussion of what's going to happen here in the Sistine Chapel. And we're listening in. I can hear, although she's talking, I'm talking to you. I hear her. I can multitask. But essentially, once you walk in there, it's total silence. It's getting cold here, but we're going to enter real soon.
Okay, so in 1471, the chapel was ready, I mean the architecture, and the Pope immediately called a lot of artists all together to paint the fact. So because the Vatican is a monarchy, and so behind these walls, the Pope is the king. For the city of Rome, the Pope is the bishop. Yeah.
I'm in both places.
Oh, you're in both places. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, what do we say? Where are we? New country. New country, guys. Country number.
Mom, you're embarrassing.
Woo! I'm doing it alone. Woo! Let's see. The Sistine Chapel never disappoints.
It never
and
does.
For someone like me with neck problems, to kind of be like this, I will just keep my neck like that for hours. Now, we've been there before, but I still love it. The kids, it was their first time.
But it's nice to have benches that you can sit on the side.
Yeah, and lean your head against the wall. As we're getting older, we don't want to just hold our neck up. We want to prop our neck up, right? Wasn't it cool seeing the
It was
kids?
really
The
cool.
kids are just like, their eyes opened up and they're like, oh, that symbolizes that. And that, it was really neat.
I can go there again.
I could go there again,
I
too.
can go there again. Alright, so we're about to enter into the Sistine Chapel, and this is where the Pope is elected. So we're gonna go in there and just observe. We only get like 15 minutes, so it's just a matter of sitting down and checking it out and enjoying the masterpiece that is the Sistine Chapel ceilings and walls and everything else. So this is like the main hallway right outside the Sistine Chapel that we're walking through, and all these cabinets right here, which you can actually touch if you want to. I'm too afraid to do that. This is where they stored all the books. So this was like the library of all of the Vatican archives, Vatican documents. They're now all stored someplace else because I imagine we would not be able to touch this. But this is really cool. Just the fact that you can walk through where all the scrolls and all of the artifacts was actually stored once upon a time.
Called Bartolomeo Platina. Bartolomeo Platina was the first director of the Vatican Library. And then we have the stories of all the other popes who improved, embellished, enlarged the Vatican Library.
So this part of the library of the gallery essentially has now become a gift shop. You know, they do have to fund this stuff. The Vatican Museum is not just the Sistine Chapel.
The Vatican Museum is a whole day, guys.
It's like the history of Roma.
It is, wouldn't you say? Roma. It's an entire day there. I mean, you can really get immersed in history
Every
and
single
art
sculpture
and
you ever
culture.
want to know.
It's fabulous.
They have all those statues where they had to put a fig leaf on top because they were all sort of censored at the time. We got a kick out of showing the kids those.
We did have a kick out of that. The kids thought it was a riot.
So we've learned something really interesting here. We actually learned the origin of the word museum. Now, back here are all the muses, and it's essentially any type of gathering where they go to celebrate all of the muses. In this case, we have right here the Muse of History, there's the Muse of Art, the Muse of Science. All over the place over here, there's just plenty of muses, and so we celebrate the muses. And in this case, we celebrate now what we call a museum. I did not know that. If you knew that, then you're better than me.
I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow.
This Vatican Museum is almost like the history of Rome all the way through. And so you're walking around, you're seeing stuff from like the 1st century, 2nd century, 4th century. I know it is so amazing.
The kids, Roman and Greek history, they're just like.
We're really just in awe of all the marble that you have here. There's a lot of bathtubs that can be made in this place.
I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on.
Want an appetizer?
The ham, bufala mozzarella, mixed vegetable.
Vegetable?
Ham and buffalo mozzarella mixed vegetable. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're at WorldTowning headquarters here, editing stuff.
Sorry.
We are at lunch at a restaurant that was recommended by our guide on our tour that we just took of Vatican. And we are so early that we're the first ones here. We had to wait outside to come in.
But now we got a basket of bread right over there.
Look at that bread, I didn't see
and we
that.
can't wait to start.
Yum.
Mine.
Pass it over.
Mine.
This is our lunch for today.
Yum.
She got this big monster ball of mozzarella cheese. Honestly, only in this family does that actually work as a meal.
Can you share those? What are those? You like those, huh?
Alan, what are you eating?
Carbonara.
And what have you learned about carbonara over the last couple of weeks?
It's not made with cream. Do not mistake that or the Italians will kill you. Also, it's not as good as the Workaway people's.
And the pizza places, people.
Yeah. This is good.
But if you'll deliver,
And this is what it looks like after lunch is over.
It'll get you to the fundamental.
She's looking at her phone.
I'm working.
Then they're reading a book.
Official WorldTowning business.
Official.
It is.
How's dessert, guys?
Oh, it was good.
So while in Rome, we stayed at a campground called Camping Roma Village, and it was actually really convenient
It
because
was very convenient.
super convenient because it was
A bus ride.
a bus ride and a subway ride into town, and at that point you had the whole city to yourself. We spent one day just roaming around and seeing all those sites that you normally do on foot. We went to the Spanish Steps, we went to Trevi Fountain, and we just wanted to take a day and just be self-tourists.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
We don't take many days where we just kind of wander aimlessly, and we wandered aimlessly with some sort of direction, but it was nice to just kind of go and be.
right, welcome to our day today. We are going to be running around, skipping around,
Jumping around, hustling,
drinking
Rome.
a lot of
For
coffee
12
in
hours
Rome.
or less, we are going to see Rome. Do you think we can do it?
I think that we're going to see a lot of stuff, we're going to get a lot of steps, but I forgot to charge my Fitbit. So if you walk a lot of steps and your Fitbit is not registering it, did you actually walk those steps?
Yeah, I think so. So here's the deal. Like true Jessica and Will and WorldTowning and Swirl style, we have been working a lot and we had no time to plan, and we decided to freestyle instead of going on a tour. So we are going to be using Wikipedia and any type of free maps or walks that we can get today to see Rome.
Luckily our phones are all charged up.
Yeah, we'll see how we do. Come on with us.
Oh, I love you so much, Lord. Okay.
I'm next, Avalon.
There you go, that's so good. Alright, so we are...
At our first stop.
We're at our first stop. We are officially at the Spanish Steps now. The Spanish Steps goes all the way up to the top here to the church, and then down to the bottom to the actual Spanish Plaza.
135 steps.
135 steps.
And the first one doesn't count because
it's a water drainage dip.
So don't count that one if you
Don't count that one. But you still have to climb up it.
Kids just went racing up to the top.
This is where everyone comes to hang out. Tours start here, tour guides meet their people here.
It's a romantic spot.
We had McDonald's. Funny fact, the first McDonald's in all of Italy was actually started right here, like 100 meters away.
Was it really?
Yep. And they had...
when you said the first McDonald's in Italy, I thought you meant our first time in a McDonald's in Italy.
No. And it has cheese fries, which was phenomenal.
Cheese fries are really good. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's. However, we needed the Wi-Fi, so we had to do some work, so we had some fries too.
It's comfort food, and it is sometimes needed.
Our health suffering.
That's okay. We'll survive.
Hi.
What do you think about the Spanish Steps, Largo?
It's cool. It's
cool.
hard to run up. Maybe I already saw this.
But you did it, and now we're gonna run towards our next stop, which is gonna be what?
I don't know. What is our next stop?
I don't know. We gotta ask Mama. She knows. So our next stop is going to the Trevi Fountain, and this is one of the stops where everyone goes to, and we're no exception. It's been told that if you go ahead and throw a coin in there, looking backwards, you'll eventually go back. I think.
And it's true. It happened to us. We were here 15 years ago.
I think now if you do it and you take a selfie, you'll definitely come back much faster.
And I think the legend also says if you do a second one, you will find romance, and a third one marriage or something like that.
So what,
should we do that?
What a fourth one then?
A baby, a house, and then travel.
I'll stop at 3.
We're going to throw this coin over our shoulders into the gigantic fountain, make a wish, and then it leads us to come back here.
Think you're gonna come back?
Maybe.
Largo?
Maybe. Mom, look behind you. I'm not gonna jump in and go. I'm not. No. I'm.
Okay, 9 facts. Ready?
1. The Trevi Fountain is one of the oldest sources of water in Rome. 2. Salvi was not the original architect. 3. You can thank gambling for the fountain's existence. 4. It's made from the same material as the Colosseum. 5. And it uses a lot of water. 6. The fountain is charitable. 7. It's a crime to steal coins from the Fountain of Trevi. 8. The white stone fountain has been black and red. 9. This famous fountain is famous on film too.
Thank you, Avalon.
So when we do have these roam around days, we don't limit ourselves at all. We need a snack.
We don't necessarily have a plan either.
No, we're hungry. Oh, well, it's lunchtime. Well, we're just going to have gelato, or we're just going to have a cannoli.
We skip it and we just go with our guts.
We don't put any pressure on ourselves. When we started, you know, traveling full time, we put pressure on ourselves. We got to see this, got to do that. Now we don't.
And now when our gut says
Eat.
get an ice cream or cannoli,
we do it.
we get an ice cream or cannoli. What are you looking at?
Ice cream.
We have the Pantheon or we have gelato. What is better?
Cannoli. I think I should get a cannoli. Want something?
I think I'm gonna want something that's gonna go and make everyone happy so that we can continue to watch all these great monuments.
Oh my God, Avalon's not gonna know where we went. Oh, there she is. Hi, Avalon. Right here. Okay, did you do it? Remember we saw this on our food tour? The beignet.
That's not a beignet, is it?
I think it is a beignet. Let me ask her. Hello, is that a beignet?
Yes. Profiterole is like a beignet. Inside there is whipped cream and dark chocolate inside.
Oh, okay. I want either that or what do you want? You tell me what you want on the side.
I want you.
I want one of everything. You're funny. Do you want a cannoli? What do you want? Oh, cute man. It's always about.
So anything to drink?
Cafe.
Espresso americano. Macchiato. Okay.
I don't know if I gave you anything money. I don't want anything to drink, thank you.
All right, we're taking a slight break. It is dessert time, but we barely had lunch, so this is like afternoon indulgence. I have no idea, but we're taking a quick break. What are you doing?
How do you say beignet? How do you spell beignet?
You spell it yum yum good.
Well, it's not fun.
It's a full-time job doing those Instagram stories, isn't it?
Will? Help me out. How do I spell it?
What's it like?
Delicious.
So our kids have been, I guess, jaded a little bit. They've always thought that the Greek gods were the only gods worth worshiping or adhering to, and they don't like the Roman gods because they think they're copycats.
Yes.
And so we went to the Pantheon, and which is one of those places where all the Roman gods were celebrated. And Avalon got a little testy on this one.
She did. She did. She did.
She does not like copycats. No. So our next stop is the Pantheon, and it is, we've been told, one of the oldest churches, preserved churches in the world, freestanding. It's amazing. Let's go check it out. So what do we know about this place?
Well, I do know. A cool fact about the ceiling is that it goes from thick to thin so that it can actually hold it and it won't like completely collapse onto all the tourists inside.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm glad they thought of that. Oh. Is that an open hole up there or glass? What do you think?
Well, before it was an open hole. It might be glass by now.
Okay.
And I think, and then Artemis is Diana.
We're having a little conversation here about the
How
Greek
the Romans
gods.
stole the Greek gods and renamed them.
It's not cool to be a thief, is it? All right, so this place was the ancient temple of the Roman gods once upon a time, and therefore it's in
Greek
this.
gods turned Roman.
Okay. And essentially, this is one big circle, meaning that all the gods were placed in a circle that were all in this, in this wonderful tomb, shrine, church.
It's a church.
In this, well, it was a temple.
Yes.
So it was in this wonderful temple, which all the Greek gods, all the Roman gods were.
The Roman gods. The
when in
Greek
Rome.
gods turned Roman.
Okay, and they all pretty much were gathered amongst here, and they were all worshipped here. When the barbarians came here in the 5th century,
Kaboom.
they turned this into a Catholic church immediately. So therefore,
It was not kaboom.
It was not destroyed or plundered or anything like that. It's really still a cool place to come and visit, and there's a long line, but it goes really fast. So it's worth the visit here. But it's not it's not an all-day thing.
No, no way.
No.
It's like a 10-minute, 20-minute thing.
Yeah, that's it, if that.
If that.
If that.
And all roads lead to
subscribing to our channel.
No, the Colosseum, guys. You cannot go to Rome without going to the Colosseum. And yet again, we were there again. And I loved it again.
Yes. We had a tour that we booked online the last minute, and
it was,
you know, I mean,
the tour wasn't so great.
But
honestly.
it was not a self tour, but we got to go in and we kind of got to skip the line, and so
we learned some new things.
It.
We did learn some new things.
We learned that if we sit there with our tour guide and we set up our tripod, that we're gonna get in trouble. but we got some really amazing shots of the Colosseum, and we're really excited about the opportunity. Okay. And our trip to Rome is now being concluded with a trip to the Colosseum. We're gonna go see inside all day. We're gonna get a big tour. We're gonna learn all about it. And
an official tour, not a Jessica Will tour.
No, and then we're gonna be fed to the lions. we're going right over there.
What do you guys anything else?
So welcome to the Colosseum. Now this is going to be a place where we're going to learn everything about the inside, the outside, the underground, overground, upstairs, downstairs, all the way around. And this is what we're seeing here. This is selfie heaven, picture heaven, and everyone is super excited just to snap a little shot of themselves. I mean, check this place out. Everyone is doing selfies.
We are going to visit the Palatine Hill, which is one of the 7 hills of Rome.
So it's an all-day walking tour.
It's 10 hours.
All day, 10 hours.
10-hour tour of the Colosseum.
And no espresso.
We're just kidding.
But it's almost all day.
It's a 2.5-hour tour.
Feels like all day.
But I don't recall.
No Fitbit though, still.
What's up with your Fitbit?
I don't know. I can't find my charger.
Surgically inserted into you.
So first stop on our tour is up to the Palatine Hill. Apparently this is like the official birthplace of Rome. Romulus and Remus suckling on a wolf's belly. I can't envision it, but apparently it happened right here. It is absolutely amazing. We're on this tour and they're giving us these earbuds and a little remote control device so we can hear what our guide is saying, even though it's probably like 15 feet ahead of us.
We love it.
And as she's walking, I know, and as she's walking, she's talking. And just like I'm losing my breath now, so is she. So we can hear going, and it's really impressive how they built this place. It is impressive. Alright, so we're now exiting the Roman Forum, which is connected to the Palatine Hill, which is connected to your knee bone.
And there's the Colosseum!
And there is the Colosseum. We are...
Yes!
This is what we came for. This is the big kahuna of monuments to see in Rome, and we are ready to go.
Oh, my headset's terrible.
And now our headset's terrible.
The headsets on this tour are really bad.
We're finding out on this tour that if we are more than 10 feet away from our tour guide, we can't hear her.
Can't hear a thing. Listen.
It's okay. We're using her. We're just following her at this point. Are you glad you're here?
Yeah, it's a little smaller than I thought, though.
It's smaller than you thought?
Yeah, I thought it would be bigger.
The elevator.
Yeah.
Alright, so this has been a really cool tour. Now, when I say cool, I just mean interesting because we're walking around and you can almost get the vibe of this place just by seeing what it was and see the underground where all the gladiators hung out. But one interesting fact is that this place was built in 9 years. 9 years back in AD 72.
That's amazing. I didn't know that fact.
There are certain football stadiums that not get built in 9 years in today's age. Engineers from Rome were absolutely amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
It really is.
You sure that fact's correct?
that's. It's funny because I didn't even get that fact from our tour guide. You know, she's very pleasant, but she didn't know that fact. I had to look it up. But
well, here's my fact. I'm gonna see if you can top this.
Go ahead.
The Colosseum is a symbol against capital punishment.
Against capital punishment.
So if there is a death sentence in Rome, I guess, or
anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
How do you know this tip? You know this one already.
I know this.
They changed the lights on the Colosseum. They go from white to gold.
So this is a beacon for anti-capital punishment, which is, once again, also pretty
I can't believe
neat.
you already knew that fact.
I know a lot of things. Really.
I thought I'd stump you on that one.
Too, though.
I thought I'd stump you. I'm going to come up with another fact. Don't you worry. Hold, you're going to hold your hands up. Don't worry about your belly. I can't hold you up. Push your hands up.
And so that concludes our whirlwind tour of Rome.
Colosseum.
Check.
Check. Check. I can't point to it. Where is it? How do I
Trevi
get
Fountain.
there?
Check. Spanish Steps. Check. McDonald's.
For
we didn't
free
show that.
Wi-Fi. Check.
But
Check.
we did that too.
Meeting up with someone from Avalon's book club. Check.
Oh no, I didn't record that either. Pantheon. Check. Whoa! Jeez. Wow. My God. almost dying on our
Jessica
last
to the
day
ER.
of Rome.
Jessica to the
Check.
ER. Check.
Wow.
2 cameras broken. Check.
All right, that's
Never
it for
a dull
Rome,
moment
guys.
with the Swerow family.
I
Check.
am ready to turn this camera off.
Almost got arrested. Check. Remember
We
that?
almost did get arrested too. We didn't record that either
I
though.
hope one of these days we aren't saying got arrested. Check.
Yeah.
But I will have you guys know that if someone does get arrested, I won't mention any names, he is going to be taking a hidden camera into the jail cell with him. And he will vlog with his phone live from his cell. If they let you do that.
If they let me do that.
About how
If you
great
mention
their prison is, then they'll
mention
let
their
you out.
prison in the vlog, then they might let you do it.
Stop it. Okay. That's definitely not making it in.
I know. But it's fun, isn't it?